Hi, everyone. Today I want to talk to you about why this hot seller's market in 2022 is the single best real estate market for you to make a fortune in real estate. And I think this is such an important conversation because there are way too many agents right now that are just discouraged. They're complaining. There are no listings. Listings are hard to get. For sale by owners are selling on their own. There are no expireds, whatever it is. I think you get the drift here of what I'm talking about. And which is just a terrible thing. They're hoping and praying that when the market changes and it turns into a more neutral market or buyer's market, it's going to be easier. They're going to be able to sell more homes. They're going to have more people to talk to. And the reality is, this market right now, it's like one of the best things. You should be praying for this market to stay like this for as long as possible. Let's talk about why. First of all, number one reason, you take a listing today, you're guaranteed a sale. I mean, you're going to have to do something really stupid with the price or whatever else to take a listing that's not going to sell in today's market. A listing taken equals a listing sold, money in the bank, a happy customer, a happy seller. Now, here's why else you should be really, really excited about this market. You may be thinking, well, there are not enough expires, there are not enough FISBOs. I could only speak for the market that I'm in, even though I have an active real estate license. I don't sell real estate, I'm a full-time coach, but I know what's available in my market. I am in South Florida. There are plenty of expired listings and for sale by owners in Miami right now. If I like, listen, I am a full-time coach. If I was selling real estate today, I'd be taking 4 or 5 or even more listings every week without having to work 40 hours a week. What I was doing in the early 2000s, which was also a very hot seller's market, I'd be doing today. I have no doubt in my mind. And if someone can do it, why couldn't you do it? I recorded a video. I did a webinar titled How to Take 100 Listings in 2022. If you haven't watched that, go watch it because you can do it. Even if you're a brand new agent, can you do that? Absolutely, 100%. I have zero doubt in my mind. But I'm not the one doing it for you. You got to believe it and you got to figure out how to make things happen for yourself. But here's the number one thing, the shift and what needs to change immediately for you to actually start taking listings and taking advantage of this market. You got to change the way you think. If you're listening to all of the naysayers that are saying, well, this is a hot market and there are no listings and there are no FISBOs and expect, how are you ever going to be able to have a great career? It doesn't matter what the market is. If you're listening to negative people, if you're allowing negative stuff to get in your head, that's it. That's the number one thing you need to stop immediately. And you need positive self talk. You need to bombard your brain with positive, powerful information because mindset is everything. So let's go back to this market conversation. Oh, but a buyer's market would be easier. No, it would not be easier. If you're not calling people today, which if you're thinking that this is not a great market, you're probably not. You're not prospecting, you're not looking for sellers every day. Is that going to change when the market changes? No, it's not. You're not calling anybody right now. You're not going to call anybody later. Why aren't you calling and why aren't you prospecting right now? Because you don't have the skills. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to have conversations with people. You don't know how to make a presentation. You are thinking, yeah, that starts with that. I'm not going to go into that again. You're thinking the wrong way. So then you're not doing what it takes. You're not learning. You're not taking action. Is that going to change when the market changes? No, it's not. The same number of people that you can call today, you're going to have later in a seller's market like right now. you have more FISBOs than expireds because everybody and their mother thinks they can sell on their own. So instead of hiring an agent, I'm just going to try to sell it myself. More FISBOs than expireds. They may sell quickly. That's why you need to call them right away. And that's why you need to believe that hiring you is the best decision they can make. I believe that. I have no doubt in my mind. It's not a question of whether they can sell it or not. Of course, they can sell it, but it will be a mistake and it's going to cost you money, even in this market. That's another challenge. It's a mindset. It starts with a mindset challenge, but it's also a skills challenge because being able to have this conversation with a FISBO requires skills. But guess what? You have more FISBOs than expireds right now. In a buyer's market, you're going to have more expireds than FISBOs. Same thing, still requires skills. So you're going to have the same number of people. Neighborhood calls, just listed, just sold. It's endless unless you live in the middle of nowhere. There are plenty of people that you could be talking to, although you're going to focus first on the expireds and FISBOs because these are people who want to sell. So why are you going to make more neighborhood calls and not call the people that you know want to sell? So do things that make sense, right? First, you talk to the people that you know are selling and want to sell and don't have an agent yet. Then you go to everybody else. The point is, listen, you not being, if you're sitting now watching this and you're thinking, well, I'm not having a lot of success and I think this is a tough market. The market change is not going to change anything for you. You're the one that needs to change what it is you're doing, how you're thinking, how you're doing things, whether you're even doing things at all, or the activities that you're involved in. That's what needs to change. It's not the market. It doesn't matter what's happening with the market. The only thing that really matters is what's going on up here, because that's what influences everything you do and the results that you get. The market, amazing right now. Believe me, the last thing you want to do in a hot seller's market is be a buyer's agent. Like, what kind of a nightmare it is. I hear from my clients all the time. Oh, I tell them not to work with buyers, right? But they don't always listen the first time. They gotta go through their own experience before they say, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't be doing that. But I hear clients saying, yeah, I was working with this buyer, they're ready to go, and we put an offer on a property and there were 30 offers. We lost that property. Well, how long do you want to do that for? Yeah. And here's the fun part about this. Every property, every listing that you show a buyer, let's say you're working with a buyer, every property you show, there's a listing agent. Somebody listed that property. So listings are hard to get. Really? For you, maybe, because somebody else is taking listings all day long. And you're showing their listings and they're getting 30 offers and it's selling above list price and the seller is so happy and they're going to do business with them again. They're going to send referrals to them. And you're the one getting crushed on these transactions because you're not able to put it under contract. In a buyer's market, do you want to be working with buyers when they have, like endless number of homes to look for and they want to look at 50 properties because there's so many options? Like, don't you want to be the listing agent? Don't you want to have the skills to take listings, price them right, and get them sold? That's where it's at. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. So quit waiting for things to change and change yourself. Change how you're thinking and change what you're doing. And you'll have great success in a seller's market or in a buyer's market. I'll see you soon.